Hey friends, welcome back to Llamamakayla's Yarn Tube. Thank you for stopping by for a visit today. I always enjoy my visit with you guys, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you to all my new subscribers who have just recently found my channel and are watching my videos. I appreciate you taking a chance on me, and I hope that you will enjoy something on my channel and come back and watch more. And huge thank you to all my yarny friends who have been here for a while and keep coming back to support me over and over and over. I dearly appreciate you ladies. I love y'all so very much. Well, today's video is about the beach. I wish I was at the beach. Like, I love the beach, okay? I love being next to water. I mean, I don't care what kind of water it is. It could be a river, a pond, anything, but especially the Gulf. I just love listening to the waves. It's so relaxing to me, and Big Daddy loves that too. Like, we both just love the water. Not that we're, go in and go swimming and stuff, but we just love to, like, be at the water, listening to the waves crashing, and just, it's so relaxing, I wish I was there now. Like, I wish I could just pack up and go to the beach. The closest we have is about 4 hours, and it would be Biloxi, Gulfport area there. It's about 4 hours away. And that is a cheap little trip for us, and I just wish that we were at a point where we could go and do that. So anyway, I had been watching YouTube like I always do while I'm crocheting. I watch lots of YouTube channels while I crochet. And there is a group of ladies who have something called Yarnivores. Yarnivores. Okay, I've never participated in this before, but their theme spoke to me. Their theme is "It's time for the beach." So from what I gather, I guess they have a different theme each month, and then people are supposed to crochet something according to that theme and send them photos. Okay, I've never done that before. I've never participated in it because I always have so much more going on anyway. And so the theme was "It's time for the beach," and so that spoke to me. And so I was thinking, I want to do something for the beach, but just because I love the beach so much. And so I came up with something. Okay, I'm going to tell you real quick though who all these ladies are that are doing this, and I will link them below, but I do want to mention them out loud. So you can go check out their channels or whatever. I'm going to have them all linked below in the description box. But we have Coping with Yarn, Pups and Crochet, Crochet Life and Stuff with Deborah, No Idle Hands, Cynthia's Crochet and More, Kenyatta's Crochet, Manic Mama Musings, Trisha's Creative Treasures, Tool Time Adventures, Melody's Treasure Box. Okay, so I guess all these ladies participate monthly in this thing called Yarnivores. And I think each one, they take turns picking a theme, is what I understand. And so I'm not sure who it was that picked "It's Time for the Beach," but I'm so glad you picked that theme because it struck an interest in me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what I created for that. I haven't sent in my picture yet, so I don't know if I'm supposed to send that in to each of those people. Like, I don't have their email, so it would take a little research for my part. And I don't know that I'll even do that because I don't have time to look up all these emails, honestly. So I may not send in a picture, but I crocheted a project for it. Okay. I crocheted a sandcastle. That's all I could come up with. So I crocheted this little sandcastle to remind me of the beach. I think he turned out super cute. I crocheted him with a 5mm hook and he is made with Hobby Lobby's Crafter's Secret yarn. I think it's called Ivory, and I don't know that they even carry that anymore. Hobby Lobby's changed up their yarn so much in the last couple years, and I hardly ever make it over to Hobby Lobby because it is in a different town, and I just, with Big Daddy's back injuries and pain and such, we're just not out and about, like I would be if I could. So I don't get over to Hobby Lobby, and so I don't know if they really even carry this yarn anymore. But it was always a favorite of mine because I used it as skin tone when I would make dolls and stuff a lot. And so I hope they do carry it because I do have some left, but eventually I'm going to want more. But anyway, so I crocheted this with a 5mm hook and the Crafter Smart Ivory, like I said. So what I did was I just crocheted a circle and then do it in the back loops. Yeah, went in the back loops and just came up until I got it to, just a little bit of height. I didn't want it tiny, but I didn't want it too tall. So, and once I got it to the top, I did in the back loops again and crocheted the top, started closing that and went down to close in the top of it. And then I just come back to that ring that was around it, which was the front loops that I skipped. And then I just did these little triangle peaks to make it kind of like a castle. I don't know. I don't know. That's just what I came up with. But I had fun creating it and just kind of coming up with that. I thought it was cute. And so that is my Yarnivores, it's time for the beach item. Like I said, I probably won't even send in a picture of this just because I don't have time to go look up all these emails and send in photos. I have a ton of projects going on myself, and plus just lots of other things going on in my life. Also, I have a doctor's appointment today, and so kind of dreading that. I don't want to get a downer here, but I'm trying to dread that. I don't really want to go, but I gotta go. So I'm fixing to go get dressed and get ready to go to the doctor, and just things like that. I don't know. I'm just sitting there holding this up. Oh goodness, guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. The last time I went to the doctor, it was the morning that I did get the phone call that my dad had passed away. And I haven't been back to the doctor since then, I don't believe. So, I don't know, I just kind of dread going. Kind of puts a little spot there, I don't really want to go. But I'm going. Big Daddy is taking me. He's going to go to work a little late today. So he's going to take me to my appointment and then bring me back by the house and drop me off. And then he is going to head to work and work the rest of the day, probably. And probably late into the evening because he'll miss some of the morning time. I do have an 8 a.m. appointment, so hopefully they'll get me in and get me out pretty quickly, but who knows. Sometimes you go and you're in and out. Sometimes you go and you sit there for hours, and that's the hard part for me, is sitting there for so many hours just waiting and waiting and waiting. But anyway, my doctor is at the hospital. His office is on the 5th floor of the hospital, and so it is packed out up there. So trying to find a parking spot is crazy. The whole thing is just crazy. Trying to find a parking spot is crazy, and then trying to get in there, and you have to go through this whole line. They only have one entry at the hospital. One entry in, one entry out. Unless you're going to the ER, then you can go in a different door to go to the ER. But to go to the hospital to either visit somebody or appointment, blood work, a test, or whatever, everybody goes through the same doors, the same line, and it is usually backed up forever waiting to get through this line to get in the hospital. So anyway, but my doctor that I see, I've been with him for a long, long time, like about 20 years, and getting close to 20 years now. He is, he's got me through a lot. I was seeing different doctors before then, and this one particular doctor I was seeing, like, I think this is hilarious. Um, I I was seeing this new doctor I had started seeing. He was in the town, like, next next to me, the next town over, and I was seeing him at this clinic, and then he told me that he worked on Fridays at the hospital, and if I would make an appointment to come and see him at the hospital, he could do more tests and such that he couldn't do at his clinic. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's good, cool, I'll do that. And so I did go to the hospital and saw him a couple of times. He did some tests and stuff. And then I was going back for another appointment. And so this was many, many, many years ago, like 20 years ago, okay? And so I had put on Facebook the night before that I had a doctor's appointment the next day, and I was practicing acting shocked for when he told me that I was overweight. I was just being silly. And so a couple of my friends, laughed with me and everything. Well, guess what? The next day, I got a shock, all right. He didn't tell me that I was overweight. He told me I was out of his league and I need to find a new doctor. And so I didn't practice for that one. So anyway, from that, I started seeing this other doctor out there at the hospital, and I've been with him ever since. And he has done a lot for me. He's gotten me through a lot and been with me and stuck with me. And I always tell him that he stuck with me when another doctor who's now been passed away. I said, you've stuck with me when, Dr. So-and-so didn't. And we laugh about that. Because it is funny. It really is funny. But, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to get going because I need to go get dressed and get Big Daddy up so we can get going. And I'll be there, a little early to find a parking spot and stand in that line. But anyway, guys, if you all did anything for the Yarn Awards, I don't know if y'all know about that group or whatever, but you do now because I told you about it. But if you all crocheted anything beach theme, let me know in the comments below. And also, just let me know your favorite, vacation spot. Like, what do you like to do when you go on vacation or something like that? Like, where you like to go? The water? Do you beach? Do you like to go to the mountains? What's your favorite spot? Bye, friends. I'll see you all again later.